Hello guys, this is Luis. Now I want us to take a look at the server manager. Now before we go into the various parts of the server manager, the question that I'm sure some of you might be asking is, what is the server manager? Now, the server manager is a feature of the Microsoft Windows Server. It was actually introduced in the Server 2012, and it is designed to guide information technology administrators through the process of installing, configuring, and then managing server roles and features. So the server manager allows you to install roles and then features, and then you use the server manager to manage the roles and features that you have installed. Now, if you are familiar with the previous server manager, it's quite different from the new server manager. Now, with the new server manager in 2012, when the server manager opens for the first time, what shows is the dashboard. Then in the left pane, we have tiles there. Every tile has what it does. Are we okay? Now we have the local server here. Now with the local server, this is where you configure this server that we are working on. So as you can see here, we have the computer name, we have the work group that the computer belongs to. By default, it is in a work group, and the Windows firewall public is turned on, remote management is enabled, but remote desktop is disabled. Then we have Nic Teaming. Now Nic Teaming is a feature that allows you to have multiple network interface cards behaving as if it is one for better performance. Are we okay? Then we have Ethernet. This is where you configure your IP addresses, and by default it says the address is assigned by the DHCP, but on a normal level, a server should never have a dynamic IP address. The server must always have a static IP address. Then gives you information about the operating system that is running, updates installed never because we've not configured updates, and a whole lot of configurations that we can perform on our server. Then when you click all servers list all the servers that are being managed by this server manager. One good thing about the server manager 2012 is that you can add other servers. To be managed from this server manager. Then we have the file and storage services. By default, when you install the server for the first time, even if you've not done anything to it, this server serves as a file server. So you can use it to manage files and then storage. And then let's go back to the dashboard. Now you notice that we have a back end and forward arrow. Now whenever you scroll through various pages of the server manager, it opens like the way the pages that we use in our browsers open. So if I, for example, if I want to go back to where I came from, which is the file and storage services, I can use the back arrow to go back there. And then if I go another step, it takes me to the all servers, another step takes me to the local server, and another step takes me to the dashboard. Are we okay? Then we have this breadcrumb here. Now what it does is it allows you to see the location where you are now, and this one allows you to switch between the various tiles. Are we okay? The various locations. So we have the servers, the all servers, the local server, the dashboard. Then we have the refresh menu here. Sometimes when you make some changes, it might take a while before the change will reflect in the server manager. So if you've made a change but then you're not seeing the change in the server manager, then you can always use the refresh button here to refresh it so it appears in the server manager. Then we have the notification bar. Now whenever anything requires your attention, or whenever you install any role or feature and it requires additional configuration, there is going to be a notification up here. For example, when we install Active Directory, the next step will be to promote the server into a domain controller. Now, previously, we would have used a command called DC promo, but in the server 2012, DC promo is no longer used. So if you want to make the server a domain controller, you have to come to the notification panel here, and then you have to attend to the Active Directory configuration from here. Then we have manage allows you to add roles and features. It also allows you to remove roles and features, and then you can also add servers to be managed by this server manager, and you can also create server groups. You can create server groups to make the management of the various servers more easier. We have the server manager properties, which allows you to specify the refresh rate, as in how frequent the server manager should be refreshed. By default, it says 10 minutes. So whenever you do something and it is not showing, means you have to wait for 10 minutes. The server manager will automatically refresh itself, and then you can see whatever change you have done being reflected in there. Or if you don't want the server manager to start automatically when you log on, you can also check here and say do not start server manager automatically at log on. Let's cancel out of here. Then we have tools. Now, what we used to have previously in the server 2008 as administrative tools is what has been set here as tools. So all the roles that you install, all the services and features that you enable are going to be listed here under tools. So whenever you wish to manage any role or feature, the place to come is tools in the server manager. Then we have view. Now, if you have an eye problem and you think that 100% view is not okay for you, you can switch to 125, or you can switch to 175, or you can use the zoom in and zoom out. Then we have help. If you need any information from the internet, you can click on any of these help options here, and then it will take you there. Then we have a summary here, roles and server groups. Now, this gives you a summary. We have only one role installed on this server. There is only one server, and then there is only one server here. Are we okay? And then we have these tiles with these thumbnails in it. So whenever there is any issue regarding events, services, performance, or BPA and manageability, it's going to be listed here. So if we have roles like maybe DNS installed, there's going to be DNS here, and then if there are any issues with DNS, it's going to be listed there. If we have roles like DHCP or Active Directory or whatever role or feature you have available, if there is any events or anything that requires your attention, it's going to be listed here. So basically, this is the Windows Server Manager 2012. Thank you for watching.